Hi again guys, and welcome to today's maths. Now, before half term we'd been looking at our written methods, hadn't we? And we'd been focusing lastly on long division, which can be tough, but we're going to have a little recap of it today, practice our method, and then I want to think a little bit about what happens when we have remainders in long division questions and how we interpret or understand those remainders. So let's start by thinking about our long division method and just recapping. If we had a question like this, 4,686 divided by 22. We'd start by just putting down the first few numbers from our 22 times table. So one lot of 22, you'll have to excuse me because I'm using my mouse to draw the numbers because I haven't got my pens on the whiteboard. So that will have to do. Two lots of 22 would be 44. Oops. Three lots of 22 would be 66. Then four lots is 88. And finally, carefully adding on another lot of 22, five lots would be 110. Okay. We don't go further than that at the moment. We might need to in our question, but it's silly to work out all 10 or 12 of our times tables when we might not need to go that far. Having this starting point is good enough. So then we put our number 22 just here at the start of our bus stop, and our number that we're dividing or splitting up, 4,686 under our bus stop. Now, we can't get any lots of 22 into 4, can we? So we look at the next number across as well and think, how many lots of 22 can we get into 46? Having a look at our times table over here, how close can we get to 46 without going past it? Here, isn't it? 44, which is two lots of 22. So above our 46, we write our two lots, and then our two lots, 44, we place under the 46, like so, and we subtract it from that number above. Okay. Some of you will be shouting at your screen now that I should have used a ruler there. As long as you do that in your books, that's fine. 6 subtract 4 leaves us with 2, doesn't it? 4 subtract 4 leaves us with 0. Then our next number across in our sum, the 8, drops down here, takes the elevator, we say, don't we? Whoops, there we go. So now we have a new number. How many 22s can we get into 28? Well, as close as we can get without going past it is one lot, isn't it? So we stick the one lot up here. We drop our 22 down underneath. And we subtract. Draw the line underneath. 8 subtract 2 leaves us with 6. 2 subtract 2 leaves us with 0. Our last number in our sum here, 6, takes that elevator all the way down. There we go. And now our final step, how many 22s can we get into 66? If we look down our list, it's 3 lots, isn't it? There we go. There's our answer. 4,686 divided by 22 gives us an answer of 213. Okay? Right, let's move on to another example. You might want to pause the video here, have a go at the question before I show you how we'd work out the answer. Okay? So do that now. Something you have to be careful about. Right then. First thing, we fill in our 15s, don't we? 15. 2 lots is 30. 3 lots, 45. 4 lots is 60. 5 lots of 15 is 75. Okay. First step thought about. We might need to move on further, but we won't do that at this stage. Place our 15 before the bus stop, and then our 3,090 underneath the bus stop. I wonder if anyone spotted in this one the part that you had to be really careful with. First of all then, 15's into 3, we can't do that, can we? So we move across and we look at 30. How many 15s can we get into 30? Well, it's 2 lots exactly, isn't it? So 2 lots we put on top. We place those 2 lots, 30, underneath the previous 30 and subtract it from the numbers above. We know that we're going to have 0 take off 0, leaves us with 0. 3 take off 3, leaves us with 0. And then our next number drops down. There we are. Okay, here's the part where we had to be really careful in this one. 15's into 9. We can't get any, can we? So it's vital that we put up here at the top that we couldn't put any lots there. Then we drop our next number down. We've got 15's into 90 now. Now if we look down our list here, we haven't gone as far as 90, so we need to continue our list, don't we? So we need to add another lot of 15 on. So we've got 6 lots of 15. Add on 10, add on 5. That leaves us with 90, doesn't it? So our final step, 15's into 90, is 6. So there's our answer. 3090 divided by 15 gives us an answer of 206. It's that 0 in the middle there that was really, really important. Okay, one more practice one for us to have a go at. Do you notice anything when you look at this question, first of all? Anything that you think might happen? Look closely at the number we're dividing and the number we're dividing by. Anyone spot it? This number ends in a 2, doesn't it? 372. And if we think about what's going to be in the 15 times table, we know that all the numbers here are going to end with a 0 or a 5. What does that tell you about this? 15's not going to go into this number exactly, is it? So we're probably going to be left with a remainder. Let's fill in our question anyway. 1 lot of 15, 2 lots of 15, 3 lots of 15, 4 lots, 5 lots. Put our 15 before the bus stop and put our number under the bus stop. Now 15's into 3, we can't do that, so let's move along and we'll look at 15's into 37. How close can we get to 37 without going past it? 2 lots, isn't it there? So let's put the 2 above and then let's take those 2 lots of 15 away from the numbers above it. 7 subtract nothing, leaves us with 7. 3 subtract 3 leaves us with nothing. Drop down your 2 and we're left with 15's into 72. How close can we get without going past that? That's too far, so it's here, isn't it? 60, which is 4 lots. So let's put our 4 lots above. Let's put our 60 underneath the 72 and subtract it. 2 subtract nothing is 2. 7 subtract 6 is 1. We've got no more numbers left to drop down here to the bottom. Nothing left to drop down. So our final step is to do 15's into 12, which we can't do, can we? This number here is less than our divisor, which means this must be a remainder. So what could we do? We could give our answer as 24 remainder 12. That's fine. It shows that we can get 24 lots of 15 into 372, but we're going to have 12 left over. Alternatively, we could, rather than putting it as a remainder, we could take our remainder, which was 12, and place it over our divisor. So our answer could be 24 and 12 15ths. Now if we look at those, 3 goes into both of those, doesn't it? So we could simplify it to 4 fifths. Another example of what you can do with your remainder. Okay? Well done. Right. On this page, I've got some practice questions here. So I'd like you to pause the video, have a look at the questions here. I don't want you to do them all. I want you to have a go at perhaps 2 or 3 just for a bit of practice. If you have a go at one and it feels a bit easy, try one a bit closer to the end. They do increase in difficulty. So take care, have a bit of a practice, and once you've had a go, we'll come back in a little while and have another look at the next part of the lesson. Okay, go for it. Okay, we've looked at our fluency, haven't we, using our method. Now I want to see if we can apply our method to some problem solving. And I want us to think about how we would interpret the remainder in a question like this. So, a school needs to buy 370 pencils in order for each child to have one each. The pencils come in packets of 12. How many packets does Holy Trinity have to buy to make sure each child has a pencil? First of all, what would our question be? What would our calculation need to be here? We've got 370 pencils split into packets of 12. We need to see how many we'd need. So our calculation is going to be 370 divided by 12. Okay? Feel free to pause the video here, have a go at working out an answer before you see me go through the calculation. Okay, first step, let's think about putting our 12 times table down the side. Okay, one lot of 12 is 12. Two lots of 12, 24. Three lots of 12, 36. Four lots of 12 are 48. Five lots of 12 are 60. We'll stop there. We won't carry on unless we need to. 12s into 370. We can't do any 12s in 3, so let's move along. We'll have a look at 12s into 37. How close can we get? Here, 36, isn't it? Which is 3 lots. Let's put 3 at the top. Let's put our 36 underneath the 37 and subtract it. 7, take off 6, leaves us with 1. 3, take off 3, leaves us with 0. Drop this 0 down. There we go. Okay, 12s into 10. We can't do it, so we put our 0 above the top there. Our number here is less than our divisor, so we know that this is going to be a remainder. 30, remainder 10. Okay, so if we ever think about our question now, the question was asking how many packets does Holy Trinity have to buy for each child to have a pencil. This answer is telling us that if we bought 30 packs of 12 pencils, we'd have 10 children left over there without a pencil, wouldn't we? Effectively, 30 times 12 would be 360, not 370. So to make sure those extra 10 have a pencil, we need to make sure we buy another packet. So 30 couldn't be our answer. We're going to have to round up to the next whole packet. So the answer would be 31 packets of pencils that the school would need to buy. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. Here's another problem. A local town are hosting a bonfire party and they would like to give a sparkler to each guest. They've sold 1,585 tickets for the event and the sparklers come in boxes of 15. How many boxes will the organisers need to buy? Pause the video, see if you can work out the answer. Okay, 15 times table. 15, 30, 45, 60, 75. We'll wait there. 15's into 1,585. 15's into 1 we can't do, so we'll move along. 15's into 15. Well, that's one lot exactly, isn't it? We'll subtract our answer. We know we're going to end up with a 0 and a 0. Drop down your next number. Now we need to do 15's into 8. Well, we can't do 15's into 8, can we? So we need to put a 0 up at the top. and we need to drop the next number down. 15s into 85. We better continue our times tables, haven't we, and add the next lot on. The next lot, 6 lots of 15 would be 90, which is too far for our number, isn't it? So we have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lots of 15 are 75. So place the 75 under the 85, subtract them, and we'll be left with 8 take off 7, 1. We're left with 10, aren't we? Now, 10 is less than our divisor, so that will be our remainder. 105, remainder 10. But the question was asking us how many boxes do we need to buy? They can't buy 105 remainder 10 boxes, can they? They're going to be 10 short if they only buy 105 boxes. So we need to get an extra box to cover those other people, those other 10 people with a ticket. So the answer would have to be 106 boxes of sparklers altogether. Okay? Have a think. Once you get a remainder, what's the question asking you? Does it need an extra lot to cover the remainder that you had? Or does the previous number give you the answer that you were after? Okay? Now, there are some questions for you to have a go at now. Some hot, super spicy and blow your mind questions, similar to how we do them at school when we're in the classroom. The hot questions are all about your method, your fluency. The super spicy questions are about problem solving. And the blow your mind questions are about solving a problem, but then reasoning and justifying your answer. I don't necessarily want you to do all three. Go to where you're comfortable. Spend around 20 minutes, half an hour or so doing your questions independently. If you work through hot and you want to carry on to super spicy and blow your mind, then do so. Challenge yourself. Don't just sit there and just do the hot and think that'll do. Push yourself a little bit, but go to where you're comfortable. Okay? Go for it, and I look forward to seeing what you come up with. Well done.